Tell us about yourself.
Um, I was just another corporate professional. So if you would go to Bangalore, you would see many people walking around with an ID tag. I was just one of them. I was working with a leading corporate. I was working with the biggest PC maker in the world. Always bothered by social inequities. Always wanted to work in that space, but never could figure out that formula. Then I started educating myself on social entrepreneurship. I took a volunteering break as well, during which I kind of figured out that this is the way forward, and that is how I started working with Wilco. So yeah, that's largely the story. I made the career shift from the corporate sector to the development sector, and I think that's the best move I made.
So, what is the future of social entrepreneurship according to you?
The See, it's a very broad term, right? So the future looks great for social entrepreneurship, but as I've been saying all along, that it is not a function of looking for money, because there is money. There are people willing to invest. There are loads of corporates who have now realized that they could actually fuel social entrepreneurship with the CSR funding. So there is a lot of potential there. Lot of talented people who want to solve problems for the poor. The challenge is to be able to come up with good ideas. The challenge is for good entrepreneurs to step forward and take on these issues and address them. So it looks great, but it's down to the entrepreneurs. They can't complain that we don't have a support mechanism. They have a phenomenal support mechanism coming up. Now it's up to them.
Do you think that there is a future for law students in this particular field? Specifically, any specific areas which you would like to highlight?
So it is not about a specific area. See, for any startup, legal issues are a big challenge, right? And likewise for social entrepreneurship. In fact, one of the areas that we try to address during our knowledge sharing sessions is legal compliance for a social startup. So the thing is, what people need to crack is to be able to make their services accessible to social enterprises, right? At a cost that social enterprises can really afford. Right? So that's the challenge. It is not a question of is law critical to the functioning of social enterprises? Yes, just like it is for any other startup. So there is definitely application. It is just a function of finding the right formula for that.
Also, do you think that there is a dearth of women when it comes to issues like social entrepreneurship?
I am equal parts disappointed and equal parts thrilled at this situation, because there I'm seeing more women entrepreneurs coming forward, but I'm also seeing that it is not enough. So, see, it is not just one sphere that we can address, right? We can't just say there aren't enough women in the entrepreneurship space. There aren't enough women in all the professional spheres in our country. So it is a bigger social problem. Once we start to address it, they will automatically make that jump to become social entrepreneurs. Become social entrepreneurs, have more representation in corporate sector, in regular workplaces. So it's a bigger problem to solve, but it's good to see that there are more women stepping forward. So it's a heartening sign.
So, do you think that we need ventures like social entrepreneurship to address these issues relating to women more, run by women?
I think a lot of organizations are already doing that, right? And they're still only scratching the surface.
Right.
So there is definitely, yes, there is a lot of application. How do you train rural women to help towards running an enterprise? Can you make micro entrepreneurs out of them? Can you make entrepreneurs out of them? Can you at least get them good jobs? Can you make them independent? And you have to understand this change will happen over generations at times, right? So an empowered woman would actually help her daughter be empowered as well, right? So it's a slow process, but it is happening, which is good.
Lastly, sir, what is your feedback with regard to law and economics, law and society arranging this seminar?
It's an excellent initiative actually. I think Dr. Rao has been trying to make this happen for a long time, and I really appreciate his patience in trying to make this happen. I loved being here. There were a lot of inquisitive minds, a lot of interesting ideas that I heard in the networking session after the whole session was over. So I see a lot of promise. If at least one or two ideas out of those could kind of translate into proper enterprises, I think your seminar would be able to take credit for that,
Yes.
because this is what spawned that idea, right, in a way. So
And
yeah.
do you have some feedback, some suggestions which we could incorporate?
Look at it as a long-term project. That's what I keep telling everyone. Don't look at it as something that you did this year and next year another set of students will take over and they will not probably be as enthusiastic. Don't let that momentum slip. That's all I'm saying. So over a period of time, let this be known as a kind of melting pot of ideas, and let this be known as a platform where ideas could be potentially launched.
Oh,
Okay?
thank you.
Thank you so much.